Hi guys, so this is the part 2 of the virtual relationship video technique that I posted some time ago. So what I've done in this part is let's kind of a little bit a little twist to the initial proposition I made. So in this one we'll be using a different custom object, like different brand new custom object that doesn't have any relationship with the cases, the opportunities, the contact, and the account object, just to demonstrate this technique. So to do that, I've gone ahead to create a custom object called virtual list. So when we check the fields we have here, you can see we don't have any lookup field to any of the objects, the standard objects that I mentioned about, the account, opportunities, the cases, and the contacts, right? We also go to the schema builder, so we can see the custom object is just standing alone. It doesn't have any relationship with any of the 4 standard objects I will be demonstrating. So I just wanted to make that clear, so that we understand the technique. So now that we have established that, so there are 3 components. Let me just select 3 ingredients to this technique. First, we need the fields that will be used to create the visual relationship to any other objects that we want, right? And so these are the fields. So I've created those fields here because for the purpose of this demo, because we'll be creating the visual relationship with the cases, the case objects, the opportunities, the account, and the contact object. So what I've done is to create custom fields that will be used to pull information from these different objects. So for example, we have the account source. This one will be used for the account object, like account SLA, case reason. As you can see, will be used for the case object, blah blah blah. So that's how I've done that. I also showed this on the when we go to the layout, you see how I've arranged this as well. Then the second ingredient will be the get element. The get element in the flow, that will be the like the main ingredient, the connecting ingredient that will make all this to work. So if you check here, you will see that I've created 4 flows, no 5 actually, for the different lists that will be used in this demo. So I kind of name them accordingly. So display list 1 down to list 5, right? So if I should click on one of them, display list 1, which we have here, it's a very simple flow. So we get the account records that we want, and we display the records in a list, right? As simple as that. So if I should check here, for example, where we go to the account object and we want to match all the accounts that have the industry field, right? Same industry field and same SLA, right? That is what we want. So when we have established that, we want to display our found records, and that brings us to the 3rd ingredient in the in this technique. So the 3rd ingredient is the we need a component that will help us to display the list, like to the users. Well, this actually is necessary if we want to show the user what we have found. So for example, in this case, because I'm trying to demonstrate this technique, I want to show the user what we have found, like the results we're able to gather, right? But most likely, most of this stuff will be done in the background, only kind of display the final result to the user, right? Yeah. So for the purpose of this, since we don't really have this as a standard component in Salesforce, we'll be using a component that it's called data table. Is from unofficial, for you guys that know about the unofficial website. So there's a component, a package called data tables. That's what we'll be using. So that's the component here. If you install it, it comes with a lot of other options as well, but we'll be using this one, data table. So basically what it does is allows you to display a list and also do a lot of stuff with the list, right? So you can display a list, you have option to select from the list. You can select multiple items or just one item. From your selections, you can now go ahead to manipulate the data that you want. But for the purpose of this demo, we just want to keep it simple, just display the list, and yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Let's jump right into it. So if I should go to, this is the custom, and so first of all, let me show you the accounts that we have here. So we have these accounts here, right? So the accounts, have type of account, the SLA, so you can see the SLAs here, and also have the industries, different industries, different rating for the accounts. When we go to the contact as well, I want to go to all contacts, select all. Then we have SLA, rating, the levels for the contacts. I think we'll be using this in one of the criteria, and have type of account. Go to opportunities. We have all opportunities. Come here. We'll have the stages, right, and we have the amount, right. Then the cases, we also have similar stuff, the standard fields that we have, case reason, case origin, case status, blah blah blah, right. And we have our custom objects. So this custom object is very, very basic and very simple. We have the name. We can always name the name of the record, anything that we want. So for this demo, I've created 2 records. For the first one, I just named it analytics 1. So when we go there, in the first list, so we have these tabs here. Each of these tabs represents the flows that we have here. So these flows are all running once the user accesses a record. Virtual list results, yeah, right. So these flows are all running, and each the results are being populated in the various tabs. So for tab 1, we have the list 1 that is supposed to be displaying here. And what is the list 1? In list 1, we're trying to get all the accounts that have the same industry and SLA with this record. So for the account fields, this is the account field that we have. So we have, for this record here, this list here, we are matching the industry, that's industry agriculture, and that's why I have agriculture here, and the SLA, and that's the SLA gold, and that's why I have gold here. So if I should change these to something else, then we'll get a different list, right? I'll be showing that in a moment. When we go to list 2, we have list of contacts based on contact level, and if I go to, this is for the contacts, so we have the contact level as tertiary, and we have all accounts, all contacts that have contact level of tertiary, right? If we go to list 3, we have list of cases based on origin and case reason, and when I go to case level, case fields, so we have the origin as web, and that's why we have a web here, and case reason, was it case reason? Yeah, case reason as equipment complexity, right? Go to list 4, so we need all opportunities based on opportunity stage. So just remove this, and yeah, for the opportunities, right. we are looking for all opportunities that have the matching opportunity stage as need analysis, and that is why we have these 3 records, right? And 5 is added kind of little bit flavor to demonstrate. So on list 5, we are looking for all opportunities with that has higher opportunity amount. Like what I mean by that is we need all opportunities that have the opportunity amount greater than what we have here. So you can see that we have, that's the list that we have there as 94,000. So if I should change this value, for example, I want something greater than maybe from 120, right, thousand, and click save. I need to refresh this page for this to kick in, right? So I should refresh this now so that the flow can rerun. Basically, go back to list 5. Then I can see that now we're starting from 120,000, right? The list has changed. We only have 16 opportunities. So basically, that's how the virtual relationship works. If I should go to a record, so this record definitely has a different let me just say criteria to find the records. So we have here that you can see here that we're not changing the industry and SLA. So for the industry here, we're looking at biotechnology and SLA of platinum. That's why we have biotechnology here and platinum, right? Yeah, so what can we do with this technique? So this technique just showing you what the records we can get from establishing these relationships. Then we can now take it further. Like for example, we can say because these two are from the same object, so you can say I want to combine list 4 and list 5. So when I do that, maybe in the background I will get something like maybe instead of maybe a list 6 that gives me the combination of list 4 and list 5, I should be getting like 6 records if they are not duplicates. If they are duplicates, then it's going to merge them together and just give us just the records that we have. So that's how this technique is. So you don't really need a lookup field to kind of establish a relationship with other objects. You can basically do that with creating some fields or trying to create kind of a criteria. It might be a formula field or something, and with that use a get element function, get element in the flow builder, and establish a relationship and display the records, or kind of manipulate the records as you want. Yeah, so that's just this technique, and I hope you like it. Thank you.